Recording in progress.
So today's masterclass from Mystery School is all about develop immunity for future challenges. This is me in the Black Desert. And all of this area is all about immunity on some level. You see, the Black Desert has all of this volcanic rock from millions of years ago when there was a volcano explosion in Italy. And the lava just poured all the way down into Egypt. It's an extraordinary place, and some of you have been there with me, and thank you so, so much for coming into this place. And what they've done over the years is they've made labyrinths, which you can see me standing in the middle of. But I put this picture up for the immunity because everything out there, it looks like there's nothing out there. It's just black rock from the extinct volcanic ashes and lava. But there's an immunity out there. Things do survive out there. Although they don't see any trees or plants as such, there's immunity for the animals that are there in the sand, birds, the sky. There's a stillness, which is part of immunity as well. So what do I mean by develop immunity for future challenges? There's part of our body called the immune system, and especially right here where my pendant is the thymus gland. And the thymus gland, when we're born, is the size of our clenched fist. Now, pretend I'm a baby, which is quite big. And we're born immune to so much. We're born immune to diseases. We're born immune to what people think or say. We're born to immune to all of our experiences as well. But over time, as we grow up, that big thymus gland, this clenched fist, starts to shrink down to the size of your thumb because we learn immunity, but we also become not immune. Not immune to what people think, people say, or what's going on. What happens is we start to develop the ego mind. The ego mind steps in. Is it a bad thing? No. It happens at the ages of 7 days. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Those who've done the Millennium Grid, you are aware of this. Those who've done Mystery School Medical Intuition, you're aware of this as well. And as that ego mind comes in, we actually then start to develop what's called the unawakened emotions. What are unawakened emotions? Unawakened emotions: jealousy, frustration, anger, annoyed, fear-based things. And then we have the love-based emotions: connection, love, support, faith. So all of this is part of the soul evolution as we are here on Earth. So develop immunity for future challenges. We already come into the world that way. We're developed like you wouldn't believe. Children are totally developed. But then we forget at those ages. And then part of life from the age of 13 onwards or 14 onwards is to develop that immunity again and come back to another cycle and go, I'm immune to what they say. What does that even mean? Being immune to what people says. Let's go back to the immune system medically. So while I was nursing, we offered things like immunization. So you don't get German measles or the mumps or chickenpox or whatever it is, rubella. We would give you an injection of German measles so that you built an immunity. You would actually be given it so your body would go, that. So it's like little soldiers in your body would go, oh, you can't actually hurt me, German measles. We're going to defend the body. Think of the immune system like that. And so that was the concept of immunization. And we're going to take that concept and we're going to build it into the life strategies as well. So instead of taking on when someone says something to you and you let it be like a personal attack, which is held in the thymus gland in medical intuition, where we take it personally, and you'll see people do this, oh my gosh, and they'll hit their immune system, or they'll protect it. No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm really good. They're actually holding their immune system. They're trying to develop immunity to future challenges. But what happens in the meantime is people get defensive. Bear with me. I've got to blow my nose. People get defensive, which is here as well. And so that defensive, the soldiers who is trying to stop the attack of the German measles or disease like that, then there's the ego. Think of that as the soldiers go into attack, defensive mode of, well, what are you looking at? What do you mean? You look stupid too. Now, whether you say it or you think it, there's this attack. And so developing immunity for future challenges, sometimes what happens is because we've experienced something over here, whether it's the child or yesterday, and we felt like it was an attack upon us, the ego, it goes defensive. I'll protect you. So the next time that experience comes along, you'll go into a shut down, no way, not doing it. So if we're developing an immunity for future challenges, the immunity is not about the ego going, oh, it's really bad, even though it wants to. It's about calming the ego. The ego, let's give it a go. So I know that you guys already do this. How do I know? Because every day you get up and you get yourself dressed, you have a shower, or you have breakfast, or whatever your ritual is. Day you get up in the day, you've developed an immunity for future challenges. The challenge could be going to work, driving a car, going to the shopping centre. If you've got crazy hair like mine, getting it into a pigtail could be a challenge. So if we're developing an immunity for future challenges, what we're actually saying is, I am possible of anything. Anything is possible. I can do anything. And the immunity part is being able to go, if they say or do, it's okay. Am I going to take it as a personal attack back into the immune system of the thymus gland? Am I going to take it really personal that, oh my gosh? Or am I going to be defensive? Like, if I'm building an immunity to future challenges, the challenges is like saying, wow, my goodness me, I can't have growth without these things. And that's part of the immune system medical tuition as well. Evolution and growth and personal responsibility. And it's like, wow. And remember, we come into the world this way as a baby. We know it as a child, and then we forget, cut down from the absolute. And then the rest of our life is to immunity again. And when we know this is very profound, deep mystery school, by the way, guys, that when we know this, I can go into anything. I'm going to find, I have an affirmation. I always find easy, effective, efficient solutions that work, which is my immune system saying, you know what? I'm immune to whatever is said or done. It's okay. And sometimes you might be triggered by something, and that's okay too. Allow the feelings and emotions to come up so that you can clear anything that has been done, said, or whatever to you in the past, because it's just a repeat pattern for you to go, oh, I can feel that. Well, I'm experiencing that in my mind. Okay, wait. I have the immune system that can take on that challenge. Because sometimes we've got a soul contract with someone else or something else or an experience that we went, hey, I'll come into your life at this time. I'll challenge you. And you went as a soul, no problems. I'll learn that and then I'll do that to you. We forget all of that in the soul contract way before whenever. So if I'm developing immunity for future challenges, what I'm actually saying is, I'm not going to take things personally. I'm not going to be in attack mode. I'm not going to be defensive. I am immune to those things. And I'm going to be curious about people, life, things, situations, and habits. And you know, when we do that, when we mentally do it, our physical body actually becomes immune to things as well. Coughs and colds and snots and all of those sort of things as well. Diseases. So I'm going to give you an example. If you've ever been to a third world country, which I know some of you have been with me, whether it be Mexico, Peru, or Egypt, or wherever else I'm going to be taking people, their immune system to the food and to things like that is way higher than, say, people in Australia. Higher. Can drink the water from the tap. We can't. We die back straight away. Die. If you look at their conditions that they live in, way, way, way harsher than ours. We have homes and air conditionings and heaters and beds and all sorts of things. But their immune system on the physical, nah. But their immune system, to what people think and say, can be stronger than ours as well. But they can also have the opposite too. Some of them have superstitions, which then they take things personally as well. So they experience that as humans as well, just like us. So if I want to develop something, because to develop something is like being a scientist and grow it, I'm going to develop my immunity. The first thing I'm going to do is, okay, how am I feeling right now? When Gertrude said this to me, when Frank did that, how does it make me feel? Notice it. Allow yourself to go within for a moment. Now, whether you do this while you're washing your hair or brushing your teeth or driving a car, it's that time alone where you just have time for the brain just to think. How do I feel about that? And then ask, is that true? What meaning am I giving it? This is from my book, Secret Codes to Success. Is it true? What meaning am I giving it? Oh, yeah, maybe they didn't mean that. Maybe I've interpreted it differently. Wait a minute, how do I want to feel? Yeah, I don't want to feel that. And it did mean something mean or horrible about it. Well, okay, so be it. What you've actually done is like injected yourself, given your own self a vaccine to go to that. This is really important in personality typing. When I teach the Millennium Children personalities, which isn't just about children, it's about us. Star children can be very, 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 very with their tongue. Think solicitor, politician, mortician, scientist. They're very black and white, and this is how it is. And they can say things like, "You're an idiot. Get out of my classroom." What? But their immune system crashes badly on the physical. They can't take what they give out. Then crystal children. Remember, this is not good or bad. This is all perfect. Crystal children can be very nitpicky and critical. You're wearing that pink jumper, Jean. Oh, that's nice. Right. There's like a little lemon lips with it. Now, I like lemons, by the way. They're sour. But sometimes it can be a little bit building immunity. Core personalities, same thing. Bang, straight off. Don't like you, get away. Right. Each of the personalities has something that can trigger another personality, supposedly on the negative, but it's not. That we learn to grow and evolve. What about the rainbow personality? So rainbow personalities are Down syndrome, terminally ill, etc. They tend to speak much softer in love, but they can still trigger people as well because they get people to think above the ego mind. So when we're talking about personalities and the immune system to develop something, when you meet someone, maybe they're a gift to you that you attracted to grow and evolve from that personality. I used to see it when I was nursing. Some of the doctors were extremely arrogant, and I had no problem speaking out to them at all. Sometimes the patients in fear would say some very cutting things. They were in fear. So as a nurse, I developed immunity. When they would say things, I'd think, oh, okay, it's all right. They're in fear. They're about to have surgery. They've just been told they're terminal, or they haven't got family visiting them on Christmas Day. You actually naturally develop this immunity and you grow up, meaning you come back to your thymus and it's okay. In that way, the ego says, I can take on any challenge. I can do this. I can go to the world. I can go to the supermarket. So I'm going to give you an example. During 2020, and there was all the COVID stuff, I went to the supermarket. I had a mask on. Here where I live, I think we wore a mask for 2 weeks. We were really blessed where we live. And as I went to the supermarket, I was talking to some gentleman outside the supermarket because they're letting certain people in and certain numbers and whatever else. Mask on too. And I don't remember how the conversation came up. I said, oh, yeah, well, I'm a nurse and I've got like a pink mask and a great picture. I made my own masks because if I'm going to wear a mask, it'd be fun. Well, he pulled his mask down and spat on me because I was a nurse. Develop immunity. I could say, what a disgusting pig you are, blah, 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 and have an attack. Or I was immune. I was immune thinking, I don't know what the trigger is. Something to do with I'm a nurse, doesn't even know me. It's sad. How can I have love and compassion? And the challenge wasn't about COVID or going to the supermarket or interacting with people. What was the challenge? It's saying who I am. This is who I am. At this stage as a nurse. Okay. But I was immune to it. And yes, I had to wipe off that little on me. And people came up and said, are you okay? And started yelling, hey, I'm fine. I'm good. The challenge is not really a challenge. It's just the ego getting involved, wanting to defend you and protect you, which is great. As I said, don't get rid of ego. Bring them with you. Because my ego, a tiny bit, wanted to turn around and yell at him. But not really. He's in pain of some sort. He's hurting. I don't know what the word nurse meant for him. Maybe he had someone die of COVID. Maybe he's got it. Who knows? Maybe he hates isolation. Maybe it's a story. So if we develop our immune system for future challenges, what we're doing is we're checking in. How does this make me feel at the moment? What meaning do I give it? Is it true? Take a breath and then go out into the world with a different perspective. Because when we go within and take time to work out how it's making us feel, we can then go without back into the world and have a different way. We take on the challenge and we go, I can do this. I do it in a different way. Have you seen children? Children do this all the time. Animals do it. I've seen it in Egypt when I go and feed all the dogs around the pyramids before the clients come. And I'm feeding them and they're inbred and they're deformed and they've been run over and got a broken leg, but they're still like playing along with their dragging their leg and whatever. They're immune to life. They're totally immune. And they go out into the world and go, okay, let's start again, just like kids. Immune. So it's us. So what would you like to inject yourself with? Vaccinate yourself with? Maybe it's the love bubbles. What if you are already immune to future challenges and it's just a matter of saying, yes, just before your ego goes, it goes into attack. Big, profound lesson for early Monday morning. And I thank you guys so much for joining, and those watching the repeat, contemplate, see what comes up. Big practice. And I brought this up for today, which is the 25th of May, 2026, because here in Southern Hemisphere, we're about to go into winter, which is all about people thinking that it's cough, cold, snot, and whatever, and their immune system. winter is a beautiful time of new beginnings to build your immunity as you go into the chrysalis and have transformations, to build your immunity to go, bang, spring, let's go out there again in a new form. Huge transformations. So now let's go into some sharing, some golden hearts. What did you get from Mystery School lesson today? And I'll read out the names. And if you want to put it in the chat, put a Y at the beginning, which says yes, and you can share it. If you want me to share it, and it's just an N, which is Jean then sees in the chat. No, don't share it. Otherwise, I'll just say it. So we'll go Leona, go Andrew, Maud, and Ruth. If you want to unmute yourself and share, that would be amazing.
Hello, everybody. I was thinking about when I'm not immune and how do I flip that into curiosity.
Beautiful.
That's what I was thinking about. Thank you.
That's awesome, awesome, awesome. So even as Leona said, that self-reflection of where haven't I been immune? Check in with yourselves and then just flick it the other way. So beautiful.
Good morning. Yes, so for me, the secret codes of success help me be immune. Like they're just, and just integrating that into my life. Like yesterday, for an example, well, Saturday night, I left my keys at a restaurant and they weren't open. They were closed till 4:30 yesterday. So I had all these plans to do on the Sunshine Coast. It's like, nope. The people I was staying with, they were away doing some business. And so I just stayed and they had a spa, so I had to relax. They had a massage chair. And then I was like, oh, I can focus on my business and do this, and that and get clear. So I had a day of relaxation. So that was, but then the code was like, well, what meaning do I give it? I could go into panic because my friends were all upset with me and go, oh, this could be, and I'm like, no, it's okay. It's all good. I actually realize I'm meant to have this time with myself.
Yeah.
I went to a cafe just to check if the keys were handed in the Burnside area. And and no one heard anything. So I had a nice breakfast. Oh, there were some cards. I did some cards and it said, focus on your dreams. I was like, okay, of course I need to do that. So it always works out as well. So what meaning did I give it? And it always works out was really sitting with me yesterday to help me be immune to any drama that my mental mind, or to accept the drama that other people were trying to create around the situation for me. So thank you.
I love it. Love it. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Andrew. Let's go to Maud.
Good evening from Sweden.
Good evening.
I had a flashback from Egypt now when you're talking about this one, when we're sitting in the restaurant and our friends had some juice over her.
Yes.
and everybody get in a different mood, and it was like a sickness who go through everybody. So they remind me that the horse whippets. Do you remember, Jean?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That you must beware and thinking and stop be with the crowd.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Standing
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, say that last bit, Maud.
Standing strong by yourself.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful. 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 Thank you, Maud. Thank you. Thank you. And then we'll go to Lou. Can you unmute yourself, Lou?
Sorry, Jean, I did put a post, popped a little note onto your thing, but in hearing what everybody else was talking about, what I took from today was a reminder of the Black Desert and the time spent there and how beautiful that was.
Yes.
And also being reminded from you where the volcanic ash came from. So yeah, I felt quite good about that.
Thank you so much, Lou.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you. So thank you so much, everyone, for your sharing, because everyone has the wisdom. And it is that thing of we've already got this natural ability. Just we have forgotten as souls having human experiences and as adults. And at the moment, the world is very attackish. I'm talking the general world, taking things very personally and not understanding that they can take on the challenges. Am I going to blame something? Blame social media or whatever? It's just part of where we're at the moment. And as we step into the new year very soon in 2027, it's about really, really understanding some of the teachings that I'm bringing through on develop your immune system for future challenges and just allowing people to be in their drama llama, stand back, allow yourself just to go, And then if you get caught up in that, like, what? It's okay, speak up, experience whatever, and then come back to yourself and check in where you're up to. What's going on? Flick the switch. And where can you be right at that moment? Super, super powerful. Super powerful. So thank you, Super Souls. And I look forward to seeing you next week for the Mystery School Masterclass, and have the bestest week ever. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Jean.